This MLB Playoffs Friday picks edition of the MLB Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog. Underdog is hooking up new customers. Play just $5 and get $100 in bonus funds when you sign up with the code MLB SGPN. Welcome everybody to the MLB Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. My name is Malcolm Bamford, coming to you from Newcastle upon Tyne in the northeast of England. Today is Friday, October the 17th. We are here to handicap two more playoff games, which take place later on this evening. Joining me from somewhere in New York, it's been a testing couple of hours, Devo. We're a little bit late. I'll explain why in a minute. You can keep laughing at me. Is Mr. Dylan Rockford. Hello, mate. How are you?
I'm doing great. I got my tea as well for
you made some tea as well?
Yes.
I'm rubbing off on you.
Lemon ginger. It's good for the throat, so I've been doing good. I was going to mention the comment, but we'll address that in a minute. But I'm doing good. How was your morning?
Well, it's not doing too bad. I was a little bit hungover. Not too bad, though. So I went out last night. I went to that music prize thing. I was a little bit hungover, but then I've been out to play golf, so I've shook the hangover off. But as I came out the golf course, there's two entrances, and they closed off one for some event, which meant I had to go all the long way home, and it's just getting on for rush hour. It's now exactly 5 p.m. here. So the what is a 7-minute journey is taking me 50 minutes to get home. And then your message in saying, we're doing the show. Lonte's message. Lonte thought he was on the show, but he's talking about tomorrow's games. I've got to be out the house in 20 minutes because Bob's got a game. Bob's got a football match for the district, which kicks off at 10 to 6, and it's now 3 minutes past 5. So, Dylan, let's pick some winners.
Yeah.
At pace. Apologies to everyone for that. I am slightly flustered, running late, but looking great, as they say, Dylan.
Yeah.
Bennett's joined us. Joe's asking where my headset is. That wouldn't work either. That's the other thing. I plugged my headset in. That wouldn't work. So I'm raw dogging it, as the young people would say, on the laptop mic. So I hope you can hear me all right. You're probably better off now. Skrills and Jason are in the chat as well. So a couple of games to get to. Let me first tell you, mybookie.ag, your place to bet on everything. Head to mybookie.ag. The promo code is SGPN for a 100% bet back bonus up to $500 for new customers. mybookie.ag. Promo code SGPN. And we're brought to you by Novig, available in over 35 states. Download the Novig app. Get $50 when you spend $5. Use our promo code SGPN. Get in on the action with Novig. Promo code SGPN. Just a little run over Thursday's results, actually, Dylan. We done all right. I mean, you hit the Dodgers run line. I hit my bets over Yelich, stolen base total. Little head-to-head match. Your bets beat Yelich 2-1 in that one. We've got Glasnow out on the overs, but I liked him to record the win at plus 145, and he was one out short. But he walked that batter. They pulled him. That was the out that would have gotten the win, because then the next inning, Will Smith, etc. So Alex Vesia got the win. So it was close. It was just one walk. But we handicapped that pretty much okay. The other game was a bit of a mixed bag because Castillo under on the outs was a tick. He only hit 7. The Blue Jays team total was a tick. But then we completely got Max Scherzer wrong. We talked about, Joe was feeding us that dodgy line about Max Scherzer out. Well, he fucking cleared that by a mile anyway.
Did you see what he said? He said, "Get the fuck back in the dugout." He was a madman.
I absolutely loved that.
Yeah.
And do you know what? The good thing about the manager was he just did.
He just said, "Fuck it, this guy's on another level. I'm gonna let him be."
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And why not? Do you know what I mean? I thought that was outstanding.
I did too. I like that. I hope more managers wind up trusting their guys a little bit more.
I completely agree. I thought it was brilliant, and he did a good job. This series, it's just been topsy-turvy the whole time. What we thought was a great spot for Toronto wasn't. What we thought was a great spot for Seattle wasn't. And now we're all the way back at 2-2. So Who's to say what's going on that? Did you have any? Like JP Crawford in that game as well, and he was 0 for 3 miles away as well. So a bit of a mixed bag, but there was some winners in there. And how did you do anything on the 2 games?
Yeah, outside of the run line from yesterday, I did pretty good. I got the over 1.5 first 5 team total over, so we got there. But yeah, totally, it's been back and forth for this Toronto and Seattle game. No one's won at home, so we'll see what happens tonight. But yeah, it looks like the offense has found its rhythm for Toronto. They've woken up, and to be honest, I don't know why they keep pitching to Vladdy. I truly don't. He's just on fire right now. So, but it's been good. We got the Dodgers series correct, so they'll go for the sweep tonight. And then, yeah, it's been back and forth. So we're still alive for the Toronto to punch its ticket to the World Series. So we're still alive.
Jason's pointing out, building on something that we mentioned the other day about Yelich under a half RBI. That was part of my handicap of that Betts versus Yelich.
He's been terrible.
Yes, I've got it. What was my Yelich stat here? I'm just looking from the day before. Was he 1 for 15 or something? He hadn't had an RBI since in the playoffs since 2020. Oh yeah, here he is. Yelich, no RBI in 15 playoff games.
Wow.
So yeah, that was part of the thing, and he'd had poor form against Glasnow. But I might just revisit that prop in a little while, Jason, if you stay tuned. The 2 games then that take place this evening, 6:08 Eastern, we start off with the Blue Jays at the Mariners, with the series tied at 2-2. Kevin Gausman going for the Blue Jays. Bryce Miller starting for Seattle. And this is a match on the books. It is -110 each of 2. Total sits at 7. A really simple handicap for me, Dylan. Almost too simple was that I prefer the pitcher Gausman over Miller. My preferred offense currently, as it stands, is the Blue Jays over Seattle on the evidence of the last 2 nights. And Toronto have that momentum again. So the momentum is a real thing, and it just seems to be swinging Blue Jays' way in this series. The Seattle are going to have the Willies as well. Like they've got the spectre of failure hanging over them, where they thought they were going to do this, achieve this thing for the first time, and all of a sudden, it doesn't look as good. Gausman pitched game 1, which was a 3-1 loss in this series. 5 2/3, 2 earned runs, 5 strikeouts. His career at Seattle is 2-4 with a 2.94 ERA, 74-13 strikeout to walk rate. So no real issues with Gausman. His playoff appearance against the Yankees on October the 4th was very good as well. Now, the issue we've got here is that almost to a man, we faded Miller in that 3-1 win. And he surprised a lot of people, including me, with the length and quality of that start. He made it into the 6th inning. I was watching the highlights. This was one where I was watching the highlights the next morning, and I was just waiting for the blow-up inning. They kept showing Miller on the mound, and I thought, this is it. And then it was a 1-2-3. And then they'd show him again, and I thought, right, here we go. And it was another 1-2-3. So I was surprised by that, but he got away with 3 walks in that as well. Mm-hmm. But honestly, I'm just going back to my top line projection here, was that I prefer Gausman. I'm drawn to betting the Blue Jays after the last 2 nights. Seattle did throw a lot of relievers as well. Who came out early for them last week? Luis Castillo came out early for them. And then Gabe Spire wasn't great. So the Blue Jays pen was far less taxed after those Scherzer heroics. So I would do Blue Jays at -110. Player prop. I don't know if he'll get a start. I think he might. Anthony Santander was a player I looked at. Got good figures off Miller. 5 for 12 with a home run. But I was struggling to find a price. His stuff wasn't priced up. Anthony Santander. I don't know if I've missed something there. So hits, runs, ribbies for Santander. But yeah, I like the Blue Jays, Dylan.
Yeah, I agree. I'm gonna be on the Blue Jays here. They seem like they have all the momentum. I also like the over 7. I see some books at 7.5. I don't mind that. My total came out to, let me just see, 7.7. So I do like that. I also like their first 5 team total over 1.5 at -125 for the Blue Jays. They broke out for 13 runs in Game 3. We were wrong on that. 8 of them being in the first 5, and then 8 runs last night, and 5 of them being in the first 5. So I said it. I don't know why they keep pitching to Vladdy. He's on fire this postseason. He's hitting 455. It's been remarkable. And maybe staying on the road is the best thing for the Blue Jays right now. You mentioned the pitchers. I think it favors being on the road as well for Kevin Gausman. He's been much better on the road this season than in Toronto. Batters only hitting 195 off of him away from Toronto. And I think he was solid. He's been solid in the postseason. 11 innings. He's outside of that home run he gave up on Sunday. I think he's been rolling. The bullpens look better for Toronto in this series. So I'm going to fade Bryce Miller coming off that great performance, and I'm just going to back the Blue Jays bat. So I like the first 5 team total over 1.5 at -125, -110 for the Blue Jays. As a player prop, I like Ernie Clement, score a run. +225. He scored a run in 9 of his last 10 games. He scored a run in every postseason game except game 1 of this series back on Sunday. He gets on base in the kind of like in the middle of the lineup, and the guys behind him, they just string up runs for him. Ina Falefa, the guy from the Yankees, he had a solid game. Andre Jimenez, he's been great in the 9 spot for the Blue Jays as well. And with the way they have the momentum for Toronto, I think it's a nice pizza bet. So Ernie Clement to score a run at +225. I like that.
It's a really nice, it's an attractive price in Ernie Clement. It's one of those glue guys who we were talking about the other day. Or maybe JP Crawford. It's kind of similar vibe. Like, it doesn't get many headlines. Mm-hmm. But certainly put stuff together for that team. Okay, so confident team right there on Toronto. One other game to get to. Underdog, great place to play fantasy pick'em. You can run for 500 times your entry. Just pick higher or lower on your favourites. Brand new offer, play $5, get 100 in bonus funds. Use the code MLB SGPN. And finally, Rhythm is crushing it in college football and NFL with picks and props. Rhythm are also giving away a weekly cash prize just for tracking your bets in the app. Track 5 bets at the same time. You'll win up to $1,000. Use the promo code SGPN25 when you download the Rhythm app for 25% off your first month. Download Rhythm, use the promo code SGPN25. Second game this evening, then game 4. Brewers at the Dodgers. That's 8:38 Eastern. Dodgers 3-0 up now, hoping to put this one to bed with a sweep. Brewers, TBD, still no pitcher for Milwaukee. All the options that we talked about yesterday really are live for them.
Yeah.
Shohei Ohtani has been confirmed for the Dodgers for a while, and they are -200. Brewers +165. I'm just seeing if I can find a total. 7.5 is the total. Actually, Brewers have drifted even further. Brewers are +170 with the Dodgers around about -205. So money coming for the Dodgers even at -200. Dylan, is that fair enough?
Yeah, I think it is. And I think we're going to go back to the well with this one. Dodgers run line. I got it at +114. I see +110 out there. So shop around. Any plus money you get, I feel like, is a good bet here with the Dodgers. I made them over a $2 favorite, actually -225. I made them. I honestly really doesn't matter who goes for the Brewers. They might be throwing Jose Quintana, some mix and match of an opener, maybe Chad Patrick. But I think whoever winds up going for the Brewers, I just don't think they have enough offense to beat the Dodgers. And I think it's that simple to cap. I thought they haven't scored more than 1 run this whole series in 3 straight games. They just can't muster up enough consistency and put together a big inning for Milwaukee. And to be honest, on the other side, you mentioned Shohei, he's getting the start. I thought he pitched well on the road versus Philly. He struck out 9 batters in 6 innings. Versus a better lineup, I would say, especially maybe not. They didn't put it together in the postseason, but on paper, Philly has a better lineup than Milwaukee. And now back at home, where this is where you really want to back show. On the road, he's kind of struggled, but at home, he's just been lights out for LA this season. So I just don't think the Brewers have enough. Outside of Jackson Chourio, who I thought's been pretty good for them, no one in that lineup scares me. We talk about Christian Yelich, William Contreras. He has a home run here and there, but outside of that, no one really scares me. I think the Dodgers sweep them. I think they get back to the World Series for the second straight year. As for a prop, I'm going to look at Shohei. Under 1.5 walks at -135. I see -140 shop around for the best price, but the last time he's walked more than one batter was August 27th. He's gone under this number in 4 straight starts. He's gone under this number in 8 of his last 10 starts, and both of the games that he did go over were against the Reds, surprisingly. So I think this is a good bet. Brewers, they have to throw the kitchen sink in this game. Backs against the wall. They have to be aggressive at the plate. I just don't think they're going to be going up there looking for walks. So under 1.5 walks at -135 for Shohei.
Nice. Jason's got a lovely angle in, which is the Dodgers not to bat in the bottom of the 9th at
I like that too.
-140. That's just a different angle. Joe wants the Dodgers run. Jackson Chourio is a massive, massive loss as well. Even psychologically, they're 3-0 down, and they kind of look ready to be beaten.
They've
and then
quit.
They lose. Yeah, and they lose Chourio. Just a kick in the stones if you're sitting in that dugout. It's just his hamstring went it looked like a football injury. You don't see many hamstrings in baseball, but when your hamstring goes, you know about it. I just don't know why we're not going to see the same game again.
Yeah.
Snell, Yamamoto, Glasnow, hold down one end, and eventually this Dodgers lineup will get you. And that's what's happened. And for Snell, Yamamoto, Glasnow, you can just read Ohtani at home. Ohtani holds it down, and then at some point, whether it's early, middle, or late, this lineup will get you. Ohtani pitched 6 innings at the Phillies October the 4th. It was all right. His last pitching outing before that was the 23rd of September. So he hasn't thrown a lot. So if you want to make a case for the Brewers, that might be an angle in. The Brewers used up Mizorowski last night. We talked about...
He was great, though.
Oh, he is great. He really is.
Yeah.
We talked about... You mentioned Quintana, Priester, Chad Patrick's an option, Tobias Myers, Mias. We mentioned all of these people yesterday. You could throw them all at once, it's the thing. But just basic stuff. Dodgers 8 wins from 9 in the playoffs so far. 5 of those have been on the run line. I just don't know why we don't see it again, Dylan. It's the same game, and it feels too obvious. But Dodgers at +110. And I'm going to take that Yelich v bets again, because why not? It's a slightly shorter price. It's -105, where last night it was +105. And Yelich actually got a little dribbly infield single in the first inning, which annoyed me. But then Betts came back with a double and outdone him. So the same play, I think, in a total base matchup, Betts over Yelich would be my little player prop there.
Love it.
D-Rock, I think we just about done it. Joseph's joined us. He's saying nice things about me, so Joseph can stay. Welcome, Joseph. Nice to have you. The bad news is, Joseph, I'm in a right rush tonight, so I've rushed everybody through this show. No one has got value for money tonight. Bob's putting his football boots on right in front of me now because we need to get out the house. D-Rock, are you going to give us a home run play? You got any more player props? Anything you want to tell us?
No home run. I'll do a best bet of the show. I think Jason has a good, or Joe, I think someone in the chat said Cal Raleigh home run. I think Joe said Cal Raleigh. He has 9 home runs off of Gausman. That might be a good look. I know Gausman's been good. So maybe that if you want to tell Joe. But for me, I really like the Ernie Clement to score a run at +225. Just based on value, I don't think it should be that when he scored a run in 9 of his last 10 games. He gets on base, and it's just the next man up mentality for this Toronto team. I really think that's a good bet with Andre Jimenez behind him, who's just been on fire right now. So I like him to score, and I do think the Dodgers, I think they sweep them. So get the brooms out.
Love it. Thanks, Dylan. Appreciate you waiting for me being late. As everybody, I apologise that I have rattled through this at 2,000 mile an hour. Jason in the chat says, good luck, Bob, in your game. So there you go. Right, thanks, everybody. Me and Lonte are going to do tomorrow's show for Saturday's games, I think about 9 a.m. So bright and early. 9 a.m. for me, that is. 9 a.m. for you. 2 p.m. for me. Fucking hell, it's a shambles. Enjoy the baseball tonight. Good luck with your picks, everybody. And we will see you all down the road. Cheers.